Alright YouTube, I'm still at Woodland Cemetery, just walking along the little road in the little street in the cemetery right here. More of these beautiful leaves right here. 1954 Richard Shorttill. Rose Shorttill, so the Shorttill family has several plots here. Down to the leaves crunching beneath your feet. Does an absolute great sound and sight in the fall. Our mine, Ralph C. Gall. Mother, Adele Marie Gall. So possibly husband and wife. Here, Minnie Braun, Frank Braun, so husband and wife there, and more of the son Frank Mitchell right here, and Kruger, family, father and mother, Roy Frank Braun right here, Oscar C. Doberstein, that's a German last name, Doberstein. Emma Samp, mother Johanna Samp too. Emma Greenwald right here. Father Leonard Greenwald. Yeah, I'm just continuing on this walk right here, and then Engel right here. Engel family, Martha Engel, Elmer Engel, so Engel family's prominent here. So here's a headstone marking the Engel family in the area. Miller family, Calvin Miller, Margaretta, wife of Calvin Miller, John W. McGowan, Alice McGowan, Reuben McGowan family. So their families represented here as well. Heinrichs right here. Father W.M., so probably William. Schoen B., that's a German last name too. Names that often begin with SCH are German. My last name begins with SCH too, and that's a German name. So yours truly has German heritage. So the Schoen B family is well represented here. Son Frank, daughter right here. The Hahn and Warren families here. Penelope Adu, Nee Warren, Harry Warren right here. So I'm going to continue on with this right here as I walk through the cemetery here. Carl E. Sandstorm and Ethel Wanamaker, both of them are still living. And check right here shows when they were married, and Eugene Joseph died, but Marilyn Lee Livermore, obviously her original and birth last name, she's still living right here. Yeah, more of this beautiful foliage through here. Here's some more of the grave sites right here. Carment family or Camert family in here as well. Bonner right here. Greiner, that's another German last name. Mary Greiner and Charles T. Greiner. Robert Bonner, another German last name. Buckner or Buckmer. So you see the German heritage and the more of the Bonner family here. So they're very prominent through in this cemetery. The German heritage right here. Elizabeth Hardesty. And now, of course, I've mentioned this in other videos, but a lot of the Germans that came here, of course, were from Cincinnati. Well, they came in the Cincinnati area, and then, of course, in the after the World Wars ended, especially World War II, and heck, even after World War I, you also had a large, massive migration. Look at these beautiful trees. You had a large, massive migration of Southerners to these Rust Belt cities, you know, from beautiful colors, from states like Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia. So almost anywhere in the Rust Belt. You know, of course, when families migrated up here back then, they came from much, you know, larger families. But all these Rust Belt cities like Dayton, Toledo, Youngstown, Cleveland, Detroit, Cincinnati, basically almost any state that's in around the Great Lakes, Ohio, Michigan, New York, Indiana, Illinois, parts of Wisconsin, they were all very well represented by Rust Belt, by Southerners, because back when this part of the country, all those Great Lake states I mentioned had tons of jobs, people migrated in just, you know, massive numbers from these, you know, Rust Belt to these Rust Belt cities for work, because there was a such thing as that. Because, I mean, you hear stories, especially from older people. Actually, there's a pond right down below. I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna say. You heard a lot of stories from older people about how hard it was at one point in time to find housing in these Rust Belt cities, where individuals had to stay with other families for sometimes a month or 2 or 3 months till they could find housing, because housing was so tight in cities, you know, like this. But that's it for this one. I'm gonna start another one.